Hello, my friends. The shot rang out, destroying the inherent peace of the field. It also opened the door to brutal pursuits. This is the farmer's battle for survival against the seemingly harmless but extremely dangerous invader, the wild boar. It is one of the most devastating invasive species in the world, damaging not only ecosystems but also agriculture. Are you ready for an expedition? Now, come with me to Australia and learn how farmers deal with millions of wild boars. Every year, during harvest season, we witness an invasion of wild boars in the fields. Traces of a wild species, their destructive power is stronger than other invasive species in Australia. A keen sense of smell helps wild boars smell the rich aroma from the fields. Wild boars and their cubs enter the fields to eat the agricultural products that farmers are preparing to harvest. It is easy to see their footprints around the corn growing area. They chose to destroy from the middle of the field instead of from the outside. Therefore, only when looking from above can we see the dangerous condition of the field. Not stopping there, wild boars also try to attack farms and approach farmers' livestock. Cameras are installed in fields and throughout areas where pigs are often destructive. Overcoming the fence, the wild boars rushed straight into the farm. Not only that, they also infiltrate the city to rummage through trash and pollute the environment. They move freely on the streets, into neighborhoods, and even to people's front porches. The story would not be worth mentioning if wild boars did not attack humans. Their aggression is a threat to human safety. In Australia, wild boars cause up to $2.5 billion in damage each year. The number of wild boars is increasing and the condition of the fields is getting worse. This puts many farmers in a difficult situation. Therefore, the Australian government is increasing its efforts to fight them. Especially during the growing season, the government has issued a directive allowing the hunting of wild boar. Of course, each region may have its own hunting regulations, and failure to comply can result in serious legal consequences. Before deciding to go hunting, make sure you learn about local regulations and follow them. Traps are placed in areas frequented by wild boars. Farmers will spread corn seeds inside to lure them in. The trap falls, the whole herd of wild boars will be trapped here. They ran around in panic, frantically trying to escape the trap. Unfortunately, the traps are designed to be 1.8 to 2.4 meters high to ensure wild boars cannot jump above the fence. It is even buried at least 0.6 m deep underground to prevent wild boars from digging the ground to escape and also ensure the stability of the fence. farmers mobilized a large number of hunting dogs to catch wild boars. Everything was chaotic. A large-scale pursuit was going on. Using hunting dogs to hunt wild boar requires professionalism and caution. In terms of fighting ability and physical strength, hunting dogs are no match for wild boars. But a group of hunting dogs is a different story. It's much more thrilling. Hunting dogs provide great support because of their ability to move well on all terrains, sharp senses, and good physical strength. He prepared everything for today's trip, not forgetting to bring the hunting dog. The way hunting dogs work on the grassland is like a radar scanning for wild boar signals. Hunting wild boar in the field is an exciting activity and is often done by hunting lovers. Some farmers do not have the skills or time to hunt. They chose to hire hunters to protect their land. The hunter spotted a pig ahead. He gently took aim and killed it neatly. This is a job only for healthy and agile people. You can see he is trying to run uphill in time to stop the wild boars from escaping. The group of people entering the citrus farm were not harvest workers, but hunters. They need to quickly destroy the wild boar herd to prepare for the harvest. The group of hunters divides positions evenly from the beginning to the end of the garden. Wild boars that have escaped in one tree line may be shot down in another tree line. This layout is also suitable when hunting wild boar in mountainous areas with many trees blocking the view. Along the path wild boars often travel, groups of hunters split up to attack different locations, from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill. This way they can take down more wild boars. The wild boar herd does not know that danger is approaching. The hunter waits for the right moment to shoot accurately. The arrow went straight into the front leg. The wound did not cause the wild boar to die immediately, but it also could not run far because of the pain. Hunters just need to follow the blood trail and pick up the body. Night gradually falls. This is the right time for hunting. Hunters often attack while wild boars are struggling. Because night comes, their eyesight is no longer sharp. Seizing the opportunity, the hunter will approach and shoot the wild boar accurately. The final job is to transport their bodies to the car. To prevent wild boar destruction, farmers organize hunting trips on their land. They are hunters with many years of experience and very accurate vision. It's best to take them down with one shot, because you cannot run away quickly from a scary animal like a wild boar. There are many cases where hunters have been attacked by them. Hunting wild boar by helicopter is quite expensive, but it is safer for hunters, and they can also easily search for wild boars in fenced areas. With the height distance of the helicopter, the speed of the car, or even the limited visibility at night, each shot must be very fast and accurate so that no wild boar can run away. Based on the movement of the grassland, hunters will judge the location of the pigs. They followed their direction and waited for the opportunity. When there is no more hiding place, the wild boar will definitely be given a shot. Footprints on the ground are the best clue to the presence of invasive species in the area. The data is there, but finding it is sometimes difficult. Wild boars are much more cunning than we think. Depending on the type of terrain, they can run like flying on grasslands, hide in dry bushes, and even swim across large rivers. One of the tips for farmers to deal with this invasive species is an audio device that imitates the sound of wild boar. The farmer's job is to stand at a distance and wait patiently. When the wild boars are lured here, they will open fire. Compared to hunting alone, large-scale hunting with many hunters will bring more chances of success. They communicate with each other by walkie-talkie, informing each other of the location, number, or direction of movement of wild boars. After a while of waiting, the shot just now was convincing enough and proved that this was a job that only excellent hunters could do. In this forest, when hunters spot a target, they will aim and shoot in the head or chest. However, the head is the preferred position when hunting wild boar, because headshots are more fatal. Shots to the chest do not cause immediate loss of feeling. That's how professional hunters deal a high damage attack and the results they obtained on today's trip. Australian farmers' fight against wild boars is still going on. For now, the only effective solution is to kill them. Using many different methods, trapping, hunting dogs, and hunting. Until now, all efforts are still moving in a positive direction. This means minimizing damage to agriculture and preventing outbreaks of this invasive species. However, wild boars are still the top threat. Do you have any measures to deal with wild boar invasion? Please comment below letting me know your ideas. The footsteps are rushing. The unequal chase is taking place across the fields in the Australian wilderness. Right at the moment the cow was exhausted and about to be pounced by Dingo, the shot was able to stop it. Fortunately, the worst outcome for the cows did not happen. But the real war has not yet come to an end. The invasion of wild dingo is like a long-lasting pain and even causes many controversies within this country. Don't let you wait any longer. Right now, we will find out how Australian farmers deal with thousands of wild dingo dogs. Dingoes were introduced into Australia about 4,000 years ago. From the moment it appeared, Australians had different approaches. Some locals call them dogs. They see them as part of the ecosystem for millennia, and they have the same right to be here as anyone else. Meanwhile, some farmers see this as a pest and a threat that needs to be eliminated immediately. Dingo populations range from the foothills of the rugged southeastern Alps to remote desert regions. They are opportunistic foragers, sometimes scavengers, and their diet often depends on where they live. They hunt for prey such as sheep, goats, rabbits, and reptiles on Fraser Island. It may be hard to believe, but if the buffaloes have an unsuccessful fight, they are also in the dingo food chain. Dingo doesn't even hesitate to approach giant fish. It is poking at the carcass of a decomposing dolphin on the Queensland coast. This is one of the top predators on the Australian steppe. They have the appearance of a dog, and they even look quite harmless. But when hunting, its cunning and aggressive personality is extremely similar to that of wolves. Solitary, some dingoes like to hunt alone, others hunt in groups. Of course, the herd advantage will bring dingoes spectacular victories, prey of greater size or quantity. From an ecological perspective, there is some evidence that dingoes may help control the numbers of introduced predators such as feral cats and foxes. Like all apex predators, they also play an important role in keeping ecosystems in balance. For example, by reducing the impact of feral goats and kangaroos on vegetation, but unfortunately, dingoes cannot see the invisible boundaries of their natural habitat. This instantly changed their status from a species worthy of conservation to wild dogs with death sentences. The most shocking case was the disappearance of 9-week-old baby girl Azaria Chamberlain in 1980. At that time, prosecutors thought it was too ridiculous for a dog to commit a crime, and they charged the mother. Then after 10 years, the truth was found: their newborn daughter was taken by a dingo. Most recently, Fraser Island also reported on a 6-year-old boy being attacked by a dingo. Currently, dingo attacks on humans are very rare in Australia, and they usually happen to young children. The rescue team successfully saved the newborn baby from the jaws of a dingo. Dingoes often kill animals they have no intention of eating, and often kill more animals than they need for food. That means they don't need to know whether the opponent is in the food chain or not. If they encounter a dingo dog, they will definitely be attacked. Dingo dogs especially like to chase animals that are running away from the group. So whether the dingo is hungry or not, sheep's instinctive escape behavior will trigger the dog's response to chase and attack until the sheep are subdued or too exhausted to defend themselves. According to estimates, damage caused by dingo dogs is about 120 million USD each year. The sudden increase in the dingo population in Australia poses a significant challenge to researchers, environmental managers, and policymakers. Dingoes were the cause of the country's literal separation. The world's longest fence, 560 km long, runs from western South Saw across the Strzelecki Desert and through southern Queensland to prevent dingoes from entering the relatively fertile southeast of the continent and protecting sheep herds in southern Queensland. Farmers often respond to this threat by killing predators with traps, guns, or fencing them off. However, the method will depend on each person's conditions and dingo behavior in the area. There is a cave of wild dingo dogs about 300 meters from the farm, and farmers regularly see the animals as they drive past the property. These footprints are evidence that they are lurking around the farm. But before the farmers could do anything, their place burned down. The forest fire unintentionally inhibited the development of dingo in the area. It will probably take them some time to find a new habitat. Between the Rocky Mountains and drought-ravaged farms lies a stretch of so-called militarized zones, the front line of the battle between farmers and environmentalists over the survival of dingoes in Australia. Here, ecologists said, "In that area, no dingo dog can live. It will be killed if it goes there." If caught in traps, they moan in terror and pain, and can struggle frantically for 24 hours or more before hunters return to shoot them dead. Dingoes and kangaroos are two of Australia's leading invasive animals. However, they are not on the same front line. A cruel truth: kangaroos are dingoes' favourite food. Wildlife has never been easy for them. Not only is nature harsh, they also have to confront aggressive predators. The paradox is that these kangaroos are larger than dingo dogs, but they still suffer the same fate as other unfortunate prey. In Australia, with the exception of wild dingoes, there are no predators large enough to cause damage to adult kangaroos. Hunters may find marks that indicate a struggle. Both the dingo and its prey often leave deep tracks with splayed toes in the soil, accompanied by broken vegetation. They can rely on it to find the dingo's shelter. Amid this extreme heat, the lake is the only thing that attracts wildlife, including dingo and their food. Life-giving lakes also provide easy hunting opportunities. Prey that is many times larger than its body still does not worry Dingo. Continuous attacks and provocations came from Dingo. To limit the invasion of dingoes, the Australian government has implemented warning measures to reduce the risk of humans encountering dingoes. In addition, Dingo is fitted with a collar that serves as a warning signal. Hunting methods were also thoroughly implemented. The Australian government has allocated $110 million to replace all inadequate and unsafe fencing. These new fence structures are typically constructed from stainless steel or metal mesh with a minimum height of 2 m. These improvements aim to improve the control and durability of the fence while minimizing the risk of dingo intrusion. All measures to deal with this king of the wilderness are aimed at the safety of livestock, helping agriculture develop more smoothly. Australian farmers understand that young dingoes will be born to replace the previous generation. They cannot change the laws of nature, but at least they are trying to create pressure to minimize the threat to the economy and social security. With strong life in the harsh land, Dingo becomes a part of Australia's ecosystem. A wild dog with many evil crimes, the culprit responsible for the disappearances of children, or a crazy demon attacks farmers' livestock, becoming feared by native species. What impresses you most about Dingo? Please comment below in the comments section to let us know